Hi, Felicia.
Hi, Jesse.
Are you ready to see what voice you're doing this week for your
I
bad
fully forgot.
impression?
Yeah, I forgot we do this before the intro song.
Uh-huh.
So I was like waiting for the song, and then I heard Hi, Felicia, and it was a little startling.
Little jarring.
But yes, I'm ready.
Yeah, let us know if that's startling. Kevin played the first part of our last podcast in Fortnite, and I do just come in hot.
Well, called a cold open.
Yeah. Are you ready?
Yes.
I'm gonna do a little 5-second countdown, then we'll go on
Okay.
go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay. Oh no.
Oh, what'd you get?
I got British.
Uh-oh, I got robot. We already did
We
robot,
did
though.
robot, so I guess I have to do British. Oh, it's not gonna be good.
All right.
2 idiots talking over stuff. Talking over. Talking over. Talking over.
Merry happy holidays, you fucking idiots.
Wow.
Why'd you do that's my part.
I don't know. I got excited.
Okay, that's Christmas
I have
spirit
to
and
be
everything.
extra perky because Jesse's not feeling great.
Yeah,
Speaking of
everybody's an asshole.
speaking of Jesse, that's you.
Oh, it is me. You can find me on Twitter at Al by Night for now. And who the fuck are you?
Hey, I'm Felicia. You can find me on Twitter at Felicia3, also Instagram. And
Ooh.
together we're two idiots talking over stuff. We have a website that Jesse made. It's www.idiots.fm. And on that website, in addition to our own bios that Jesse also did, you can find links to our social media, including our Discord, which is
Yeah.
where you can chat with other idiots. And you can also tweet at us at Tito's Pod. And if you're feeling nice, go ahead and rate us at podchaser.com or Apple Podcasts and be
Hell
our
yeah.
first.
Yeah. Hop on that train. Why don't you be the first person on board?
Yeah.
This is going to be a fun one. My body is revolting against me.
I'll carry it.
Hell yeah.
Hop on my back. Let's go.
Hey, Felicia.
Hey, Jesse.
Hey, what's new in your life? What's going on?
Well, I really like that on the notes for the episode here under your name, you just have Merry Christmas
Yeah.
written down.
Yeah, I couldn't think of anything. That's
Well,
really that's all I've done this. I
yeah.
knocked out all my presents for people. You
Hell
got
yeah.
yours today.
Yeah. I got popcorn.
Hell yeah, from Garrett's
Hell
from
yeah.
Chicago.
It smells really good.
That's one of my go-to gifts because that shit is amazing and it's real easy for me to just go down a list knocking people off it.
I'm debating whether or not I should bring it to my families to share, or keep it for myself.
Have you tasted it yet?
Not yet, because spoiler alert, my thing is that I've had the stomach flu for a week.
Oh yeah.
But I'm doing so much better. I want to say like 90% better. I'm just trying
Hell
to
yeah.
reintroduce food very slowly.
I just wanted to make it known I wasn't laughing at you having the stomach flu.
No, I know.
I was laughing because I did a Rocky Mountain Christmas solo watch because you were sick.
Yes, which is really funny.
What a terrible movie.
You can blame Brett Register for that movie.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you're feeling better.
Yeah, me too. I really wasn't sure if I was going to be okay in time for Christmas, which would be awful because my family is Italian. So Christmas is a big eating holiday for us.
Yeah.
And there's like once a year foods that are going to happen. And I would be devastated if I could not do that. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to take it easy so I don't stir things up again.
Maybe you got sick at like the perfect time.
Yeah, I'm hoping.
That's like I'm gonna rethink what I was about to say.
No, no, please.
It's like, it's like getting your period before your second date. Hey, I said I was gonna rethink it. You told me not to.
I whenever someone starts to say something and then stop, I love to force them to finish their thought.
Yeah, but
That's
with
like
me,
a
that's dangerous.
yeah, I know. I used to do that to Rob all the time and he hated it. Uh, so yeah, I've had the stomach flu. I just started to feel better, I want to say on, well, yesterday, really. So I've tried a bit, like, I had to do a whole bunch of Christmas shit while feeling only moderately better. So
Yeah,
like
that sucks.
I started writing out Christmas cards and then like halfway through wanted to pass out, so I had to go lay down again.
Jesus.
But yeah, yesterday was my first day of feeling like a person again, and that was just delightful. So in the past like 2 days, I've made 3 different kinds of Christmas cookies, wrapped all
Mm,
my Christmas presents, plus the 2 birthdays that are in January that I have to Christmas shop for at the same time. I
yeah.
washed like two months worth of dishes and laundry because your girl has depression, and wrote out and mailed Christmas cards. So,
Hey,
it's
shout out to
productive.
depression. Everybody's got that shit.
Yeah.
We
But
all got
also,
our
I guess the
we got
stomach
our
flu,
secret laundry and dish lists.
yeah, not anymore though, for now. But yeah, I guess the stomach flu kind of forced me to be productive in a short amount of time.
Weird.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you're feeling better.
Thank you so much.
I would suggest testing that popcorn before you decide to share it.
Why?
That shit is real good.
Oh, so you're saying if I'm like, this is so banging, I'm not gonna want to share it.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Right in the Christmas spirit.
Yeah. Well, I'm already bringing a shit ton of, like I said, 3 different kinds of cookies, so I
Yeah.
don't need to.
But maybe you want to.
Maybe. We'll see how generous I feel.
Hey,
Hey,
what we watched last week?
God, I don't even know. It was a blur.
Well, I could tell you in VR, we watched like 8 different 3D movies.
it was it that I couldn't tell you a single one.
No, we didn't watch them in their entirety. We watched like a quarter of the first act of all.
Yeah.
We were kind
Well,
of
the
seeing like which one had the coolest 3D.
right. The initial plan was going to be to watch the first Avatar movie in 3D, but
Mm-hmm.
it's so long and there were a couple people who didn't want to watch it, and I can't say that I'm sad about that because I think I said this last week, but I saw a little bit of the first one in 3D and it was upsetting to me.
Yeah.
So we just kind of cycled through a bunch of other 3D films to see what they looked like in VR. And there was one, I don't remember what it was, but the effects for like genuinely they worked really well in 3D.
Was it The Mask?
Yeah, it was like the original Mask.
Not the Jim Carrey one, the
Right.
black and white old
Yes.
school boy.
Surprising that that's the one that worked so well.
Yeah. And it was fun because everybody was losing their shit.
Well, everyone was not sober, and myself included, and it was really startling. I screamed a lot.
There were a lot of people screaming a lot. There was just they were doing the 3D thing where it was like it wasn't quite novelty yet. I feel like
Uh-huh.
so they were doing the things where they like reach out at you and stuff
Yeah.
before that became cliche.
Yeah, but there was also like at one point there was just a guy. It was one of those shots where it's like one person like in the middle of the screen and they're like spinning and you zoom in on them. But instead in 3D it looked like there was a tiny little man spinning in front of you.
Yeah.
And that was jarring.
Yeah, it was rad though.
Yeah.
My favorite 3D was Wizard of Oz, oddly enough. I would like to watch that
Yeah.
whole thing in 3D.
See, that wasn't the kind of like reach out at you 3D, that it just made it look like you're there, and
Yeah.
I think that's really cool. At one point, for a very limited time on some anniversary, Jurassic Park came back to theaters in 3D and I went and
Huh.
saw it, and that's what it was. It just kind of made it look like everyone was real and like you were there.
That's good though.
Yeah.
That's the kind of 3D I like. We watched Rare Exports for our watch along. That's the first time I've seen that.
Hell yeah. It's a good time. It's
Yeah, it
very
was good.
weird.
It was very weird. Super weird, but super fun. I liked it.
Yeah, and you can find out our full thoughts about that if you participate in the watch along. And I really
Oh yeah.
recommend Rare Exports. I think everybody needs to experience it at least once. And I think you're going to walk away going, that was weird. I don't know if I liked it, but I want to watch it again.
Yeah. It did make me want to watch it again. I haven't yet, but I do want to.
Yeah.
Not only that, but I wasn't feeling that well. So
Yeah.
I feel like
Neither was I.
I missed some. Yeah, that was a low energy.
But it was
But I feel
also
like
a
we still had fun with it.
subtitleable way. Yeah.
I found you said you've watched this show before, but
Hmm.
I found the show Next Level Chef with Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah, I was on a well, I still am on a big Gordon Ramsay kick and was just watching anything that was even kind of hosted by him, and this one came up. So I watched whatever was already available.
I think it's my favorite cooking show.
It's very interesting.
I love the format.
Yeah, the premise is there's three different kitchens on three different floors. The one on in the basement is like very, very minimally stocked and like
That's
all the
the
tech is
depression kitchen.
yeah, all the tech is very outdated. You have like the basics.
And it looks grody.
Yeah. The one in the middle is like kind of just your standard kitchen. Like there's some maybe things that wouldn't necessarily be in your home kitchen, but for the most part, it's pretty bare bones. And then the top is like the super high end kitchen.
Yeah.
So like I forget how do they it's just like they get in an elevator and whatever floor it stops on, that's the floor they have to cook on.
So there's 3 judges. Each judge like drafts a team at the beginning of the show. So they just take turns picking chefs for their team. And when they go in a kitchen, there's a key card that's random. So they randomly get assigned to the basement, to the modern, or to the like super top end.
Mhm.
And it's really fun because sometimes in the basement it sucks so bad that you're forced to be more creative, and I like it when the basement meals win.
Yeah, because it's almost like if you're gonna be in the top high end kitchen, you have to put out like an incredible product because
Yeah.
you have literally everything at your fingertips, whereas the people in the basement really do have to like the pressure. There's not as much pressure to make something amazing, but if they
Hmm.
do, it's so much more impressive.
You know what I like most about that show
Hmm.
is that everybody's the shit. Like everybody's really good.
Yeah.
There's no like putting social media person in there just because they have followers and then laughing at them fucking up. Which I tried to watch MasterChef and I haven't watched that before this week. And I didn't like the American Idol style like audition process
Yeah,
where
so it's like they do not keep that. I think that lasts
okay.
maybe one or two seasons, but
Well, we
it's
started on 3.
okay, well, it's been different pretty much every season.
Okay.
Sometimes you just start with the 20 chefs. Other times there's like 40 and they have to go 2 versus 2 and like it's so random. There's another season where each judge gets to hand out their own apron to whoever they like. There's
Yeah.
another season where all 3 have to agree on a person in order to cast them. So they really do change it up every single time. And I don't know if I love that, but I feel like I also didn't like that American Idol style.
Mm-mm.
So I'm glad that that doesn't stick.
Okay. We started with season 3 and I wasn't feeling it. So maybe we jump to like 5 or 6 and see what's going on.
Yeah, I think 5 is a good season. They also start switching up the hosts at that point.
Oh, that's good because one of them got on my nerves bad.
Which one?
I feel like it was some Italian dude.
Oh no, he's gonna stick around.
Oh,
Joe?
okay. I don't know. He like looks but doesn't say anything
Yeah.
during the
So
auditions. He's like
I
a
at
dick.
first really hated him because I thought he was just a dick.
Yeah.
But I love him. He's like my favorite now. And
Okay.
I think it's because like he's definitely still a dick, but he's like I don't know. I can see there's some kind of like boyish glee inside of him that certain people can unlock. And like he gets so excited when he finds those people.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, and I'm so sorry, but MasterChef is my jam right now, so I'm going off. Um, but at some point, like you find I didn't know this. I didn't really know who he was at first.
Mhm.
But he is apparently the son of Lydia Bastianich, who I know because she has these cookbooks. I think they're called Lydia's Italian Kitchen or something like that. And my dad always had those cookbooks growing up.
Oh.
And like loves her. So as soon as I found that out, I was like, oh, okay. Sure, maybe there's some nepotism going on. But if that's his mom, he knows his food.
Yeah.
So now I enjoy him.
Well, maybe he'll grow on me. I didn't like his style.
Yeah, he's definitely the harshest, but I feel like that makes it so much more rewarding when he likes somebody.
Yeah. Anyway, Next Level Kitchen might be
Yes.
my I think it's my favorite cooking show.
There's only one season right now, you said?
Yeah. The second one comes out in February, so
Sick.
soon.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, they're also on teams and they're working together
Mhm.
and there's no like snide backbiting or anything. So it's like a competitive British Bake Off kind of.
Yeah.
And I like that
There's
too.
there's definitely the cooking shows that are like British Bake Off that are just like nice and zen and like
Yeah.
fun to watch and wholesome. And then there are the ones that like everyone fucking hates each other.
I don't
And
tend to like those. I like the like more lighthearted, everybody's
yeah.
working together
Yeah, me
and are
too.
just doing it for fun type of shows.
And that's why like MasterChef is so hit or miss because it's also the people that you get on the season that kind of make it.
Yeah.
Uh so yeah.
That's what I was so pleasantly surprised about Next Level Chef is like they're all bangers. Like everyone deserves to be there.
I don't remember what their like casting process is. Is it just all home chefs or like professional chefs?
Mixture. So there was
Hmm.
like some social media chefs, home chefs, and then professional chefs. And as I was watching it, I was actually thinking like professional chefs actually have a pretty big advantage, I think, on that show.
Yeah.
Because the thing we forgot to mention is that it's timed for one.
Yeah, they usually are.
You get these they have to pick their ingredients in like
Oh
30
yeah.
seconds. There's like a platform that drops from level to level with starts at the top with the
I
best
forgot.
ingredients,
Mhm.
so, like, everybody's trying to grab the best shit at the top so that the middle gets worse shit and that the basement gets the worst shit.
Yeah.
And it's very
Dang.
like there's a lot of pressure there. And I feel like that that gives professional cooks a big advantage because those guys are cooking under pressure for their jobs probably all the time.
Yeah, but at the same time, I feel like it puts a level of like pressure on them because they're more is expected of them.
Yeah,
And also, like, professional chefs aren't always used to getting the not choice cuts of meat and stuff like that.
that's
Like, if
true.
a professional is in the basement, they might not do so well because they don't know what to do with those ingredients.
Yeah, that's true. That reminds me of the last thing that I like about that show, and it's that they don't just get left high and dry. Their team chef, whatever the leader of the team, helps them
Hmm.
and gives them advice as they're cooking. I like that too.
Yeah, I forget who the hosts are, though,
Me too.
besides Ramsay.
I think they're like famous from his other shows, maybe,
Hmm.
but yeah, I can't remember. There's one lady who gets on my fucking nerves because she talks about food like wine. And she's like, "This really touches my palate in a way. I have hints of rosemary." And I'm like, "Oh, dude, just say it's good or whatever. I don't care about your notes of oak."
Yeah,
Anyway, Next Level Chef. Yeah, watch that. That's good.
hell yeah.
And then I will watch later seasons of Master Chef and see if I like it. But so far,
Yeah, I think 5 is a good season. I'll have to see who the hosts are for the other ones.
okay. Yeah, recommend me a season.
Yeah.
because I feel like that's a show you can just jump around in and it doesn't matter.
5 is the one where I know somebody who was on the show, but only, like, because they were an ex of a friend and it was a messy breakup, so I don't know if I'm supposed
Oh.
to be rooting for them. But,
Oh, I know exactly who that is.
yes, so 5 is an interesting one.
Maybe I'll watch 5 for that reason.
Yeah.
I watched The Banshees of Inisherin. Did you watch that?
Not yet. I want to.
It's good. It's funny until it's not. It's
That's
it's
kinda the impression I got from the
it's
trailer.
incredibly Irish. I
Yeah.
think that's a thing among movies that are this incredibly Irish. They're like very melancholy but hilarious.
Yeah, I like that.
I think you'll like it. There's parts that I think you won't like, but I'm not gonna say
Okay.
why.
Interesting. All right. I watched the movie Julie and Julia. I cannot tell you why, but like I was just flipping through stuff to watch and I was really sick and it just like stood out to me.
What's it about?
I so I did watch this when it first came out, but I didn't remember much of it. So it's about this woman who decides she's going to cook her way through Julia Child's cookbook
Mm-hmm.
and do a blog about it. And it's like 500 plus
Holy
recipes
crap.
and she has a year to do it. And it's based on a true story. And this girl is played by Amy Adams. And it flashes between her and Julia Child, who's played by Meryl Streep.
Uh-huh. That sounds like a cool premise.
Yeah, it's really interesting. Mild spoiler, I guess, but this is not a new movie, so you had your chance. The thing that I remembered about it and the thing that I didn't like is like, so Julie idolizes Julia Child,
Mm-hmm.
right? And she's doing all of this and like embodying the spirit of Julia. And she's saying, like, I feel like Julia's in the kitchen with me. And then, like, towards the end of the movie, apparently Julia Child's, it's like her 90th birthday, and someone tells her about Julie and her blog.
Mm-hmm.
And Julia Childs was like, she's not being respectful and she's like a hack essentially. And Julie finds out this information
Oh no.
and they just kind of gloss over that. Like they don't linger on it much, but apparently Julia Child hated her.
That's funny though.
And I yeah, but like it kind of it sucks in the context of the movie.
Yeah, but for me it's really funny.
But yeah, like the woman who did this went on to write a book, and that book is what the movie is based on. So it is a true story, and it's just like it's a cute little film. It's interesting because it's like a look into Julia Child's life. And yeah, I recommend it. It's
I like
cute.
the part where Julia Child hates her. That's really funny,
Yeah,
man.
dude.
It's just like old lady
It's like
energy.
yeah, but then at the end, like they go to the Julia Child's like museum and there's like a replica of her kitchen and
Mm-hmm.
stuff. And Julie still loves her and she's like she leaves a stick of butter there to like memorialize her and she's like this is the version of Julia that I is in my head and that I look up to. So I would be devastated.
Hey, I'm gonna go off topic real quick.
Okay.
What is your opinion on butter storage?
What do you mean?
Okay, I might start a fight here.
Oh boy.
My
Okay.
mom used to just leave butter on she had like this little butter plate thing with a cover, and she would just
Mhm.
leave it out.
Oh no, butter can go bad.
But this was my whole childhood, and I feel like it never did.
Butter can definitely go rancid. I think it takes a while.
Yeah,
So maybe you just ate it before that happened.
yeah. But this was a
But
thing she
yeah,
would do, and
that's not
I brought that into my marriage. Miriam was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, no, you gotta refrigerate that.
Is it like eggs? Like, I wonder what the rule is, because some people don't put their eggs in their fridge.
Yeah, I think it all depends on whether it's fresh or not.
Maybe it's
And
salted butter.
yeah, could be. I don't know, but I definitely know it can go rancid, so I wouldn't
Let us
recommend
know in the
it.
Discord if that's real fucking weird that my mom did that, because I grew up with it just being a normal thing. We did go through butter
Well,
quick though. We would
yeah.
always have to like toast and stuff. But I never had I never really had cold ass butter. I always had like room temperature butter when I was growing up.
Well, that's better for spreading, I
Yeah,
suppose.
it was. That's why I was like, why don't we just leave our butter out? Miriam was like, the fuck? What do you mean?
I have actually one more thing that I watched real quick.
Okay.
It was just a YouTube video, but it was GQ does this series where like they'll have actors kind of walk you through their most famous
Mhm.
roles, and they're like 30-minute videos. So they finally did one with Brendan Fraser. So they were going through all of his like, The Mummy, George of the Jungle. They did Encino Man,
Bedazzled.
Bedazzled, a couple of others, but I didn't know this. Apparently, George of the Jungle, the suit actors who were in the gorilla costumes, those costumes were made by Jim Henson Studios.
Oh, that's cool. That's a cool little tidbit.
Yeah, and like they were able to puppet the gorillas' faces remotely, which I thought was really cool
Huh.
because it was like 1999, so that's pretty impressive.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, that's it.
You reminded me of something that I forgot. Oh, did you watch the whale trailer?
Um, I watched like I didn't watch the trailer, but I watched there was like a clip from a scene from
Uh-huh.
it. I genuinely don't know if I want to watch it or not. I'm sure it's very emotional, but it's like definitely not the kind of movie I would ever
It looks
watch.
sad as fuck, and for that reason, I might be
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, I think I might be out too.
It does look like he's acting his ass off, though.
Yeah, I'm sure he did great. It's just absolutely not my kind of movie.
Oh, I remembered.
Okay.
Yankee in the South, CN
Okay.
Tower.
Yes.
Start at the bottom of a giant elevator with a glass floor moving up this giant tower. There is a child in the elevator with Will and Dawn. The child says, "Mommy, I'm scared," or something. We cut, and then when we come back, they're further up the elevator shaft, and Will has the camera looking at the glass bottom, and he
Uh-huh.
says, "Wow, that's a really long way down. Don't look down." And then you hear this kid start to cry, and then it cuts again.
It was definitely like a,
Yeah, that kid, he certainly made that kid cry.
100%, and didn't seem to acknowledge it either.
No, not at all. Not an ounce of remorse
No.
for being like, "Wow, that's scary. I hope we don't fall," or whatever he said. He said something very insensitive, knowing that that scared ass kid was right behind him.
Yep.
Anyway, that was my that was my favorite Yankee in the South this week.
Yeah, it was a good one.
You know, the time for asking any question is right now.
Felicia, we got a question from the Discord from our friend Theo again.
Yes.
Theo says, "I'm not letting y'all off the hook. I want characters that you would like to see or expanded upon." Which is in reference to his last question, which is what would get you excited about Marvel again? And I thought we covered it pretty well.
I thought so too, but I think he wanted like specific characters. And I know without even looking at Jesse's answer, it's Gambit.
Yeah,
And anytime anytime you ask this question, it's gonna be Gambit.
correct.
I really don't have an answer. Like if we're just saying the characters that are like somewhat new to the Marvel universe, if I want any of them expanded upon, the
Mhm.
answer would be no, because I don't give a shit about any of them.
Yeah,
I guess maybe Valkyrie, but I feel like we know a lot about her already. I don't know that we necessarily need more.
and I don't
Uh
think so either.
yeah, I don't know that I necessarily want to see any existing character expanded upon.
Yeah,
I just want to see better, more well-rounded characters with like more complex backstories. I don't know. I just want Marvel to feel like the old days. I want a Tony Stark figure or a Steve Rogers, somebody that's genuinely compelling and would drive a film franchise. And I don't feel like we currently have that.
yeah. That's actually what I put in my notes here is that I think I'm mostly done with the current cast of characters in the MCU.
Yeah,
Even the ones that they've added, I don't really care.
right.
Although I will say that I have not seen Shang-Chi yet, which I know is good.
I have not either. Okay, I have one.
Okay.
uh so, I think it was WandaVision. Remember when like there's all those kind of alternate universe characters and like fucking Jim from The Office is one of them.
Mm-hmm.
And another one, I don't know his like superhero name, but he's the one who Scarlet Witch made his mouth disappear and his head explode.
Oh,
He was played by Anson Mount, who plays Cullen Bohannon, and I want to see more of him.
yeah. You just want that wet man in the MCU.
I just want that wet man in the Marvel universe.
Who did he?
But
I'm trying to think
I
of
have
who
no
that
idea who
was.
the character even is. I think he does something with like shouting, like his superpowers, his voice.
Oh, I know who you're talking about, but I can't think of the name.
Yeah, it probably would be a shit story, but I just want to see my wet man.
That's one thing. I could go for a good Fantastic Four movie, but even then I wouldn't be that excited about it. But you're right. At the top of my list is Gambit. I would love a live action Gambit. And the other two characters are Nightcrawler and Archangel. Archangel has gotten almost no play,
Hmm.
but that's entirely from the X-Men, the animated series from the
But
90s.
that is a really cool premise in that like there are all of these comic book characters that are popular but haven't had real representation in film yet.
Yeah.
So like there seems to be this whole untapped market out there of characters you could expand upon,
Yeah.
and I'm sure that they have like really well written character arcs that you could reference, but I feel like we're not even really doing that. And when they try, like that character that was in Multiverse of Madness that we didn't give a fuck about, who was like with Doctor Strange the whole time,
Mm-hmm.
that they didn't like, they just did that so bad. Like they
Yes.
introduced this character that is apparently relatively beloved in comics,
America
but
Chavez.
yeah, but they like didn't really tell us anything about her. She was just kind of there.
No.
And
This is the problem with the MCU currently is they're doing origins, and I think they're doing it algorithmically.
Hmm.
Like instead of starting in the middle of America Chavez's life, they want to show the teenager.
Yeah.
And that who
Do you
wants to
think that's
watch a
just
fucking like another blossoming shit superhero teenager who doesn't know how to use their powers?
but do you think that's like for kids? Like is it kind of a see you can be a superhero too type
Yes,
of
that's
thing?
what they're doing. It's algorithmic and it's soulless, and
Interesting.
I hate it.
Yeah.
They need to stop doing the stupid origins and just start as the character
Yeah.
knows how to use their power.
That might be my problem is that they seem to be catering mostly towards kids,
Yeah.
which I understand that like superheroes are a very kid-friendly topic,
Hmm.
but you got to do more. Kids aren't stupid. You know,
No.
kids don't just need these like triumph stories of people just like them who went on to become a superhero.
Right.
You know, you got to give it a little bit more meat or
Yeah.
even kids won't give a fuck.
And the origin stories are the most uninteresting version of these characters.
Yeah.
They're just shooting themselves in the foot over and over.
Right. You're doing the thing where you're not like I don't know if this is just a in back in my day type thing, but I really feel like in the 90s they were so much better at giving you a movie that was aimed at kids but also had something for adults.
Yeah.
And I feel like Marvel has not done that. Like they don't understand how to do that anymore. They're just marketing to kids now.
I think they're trying and not succeeding.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're making their shit too quippy, and it's
Mhm.
annoying, and largely why I'm not excited about the MCU. But
And I will say I don't need every single movie to be like Spider-Man No Way Home. It doesn't have to be like a Jesus Christ that was dark.
yeah,
But you know, just a little more substance.
yeah. And you know what I didn't mention when Theo asked that character is or that
Huh.
question rather is that I am excited about something in the MCU, and it's X-Men 97. I think we
Okay.
talked about that 2 or 3 months ago, but it's the remake of the animated series from the 90s, and they're doing it in the same style with the same
Oh
voice
yeah.
actors.
Oh really? That's cool.
Yeah, I am excited about that because that was my introduction. I would like hang out at the comic shop and not buy anything because I was poor, but I would read the
Mhm.
comics off the racks. And X-Men was definitely my first. No, it wasn't. Batman was my first jump into comics, but X
Wow, you just lied to everybody.
I just got a shit memory. You get to 40 years old and you start forgetting shit from when you were like 12. But yeah, X-Men was not far behind Batman. And I loved X-Men. So I am looking forward to them coming into the MCU just as long as they're not quippy.
Yeah.
That's all I ask.
Because I'm sure it isn't good. That's the impression that I get.
Felicia,
I can't guess what this is.
your initials are WF for the name, E for the movie.
Will Friedle. Will Ferrell.
Will Fidel.
Is it Will Ferrell?
It is. What's the movie?
Elf?
Hell yeah.
And I have to be British.
You have to be British. Are you ready to hear the clip?
Yes.
I plan out our whole day. First we'll make snow angels for 2 hours, and then we'll go ice skating, and then we'll eat a whole roll of Toll House cookie dough as fast as we can, and then, to finish, we'll snuggle.
Okay, you're gonna have trouble with this, I think, because
Yes.
A, it's British, and B, he's talking fast.
Really fast. Yeah. So also what I want to what's going to happen, what I don't want to happen but will inevitably be the case is that I'm going to sound like that girl in your class in school who did a British accent all the time because she thought it was cool.
Yeah,
So just I don't know, brace yourself for that.
I'll brace myself for it, governor.
I'm just gonna say governor a lot.
Governor.
I planned out our whole day. First, we'll make snow angels for 2 hours, then we'll go ice skating, and then we'll eat a whole roll of Toll House cookie dough as fast as we can. And then, to finish, we'll snuggle.
Wow,
Did I sound like a Harry Potter?
that's correct. I was thinking the whole time that's a great Hermione Granger.
Thank you so much.
Sounded just like her, dude.
Wow, that's great.
That was good though.
Thank you.
You earned
I
your
was
applause.
channeling Hermione.
I thought you were gonna fuck it up a whole lot.
Me too.
I was pleasantly surprised.
Great.
The guy was like tearing him to pieces with his mouth. So I told him, get off, you know, it's like, and the guy just kept eating the other guy away, like ripping his skin.
Larry Vega describes it as a scene out of a horror movie as a naked man chewed off the face of another naked
Wow,
man.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
It'll never not be funny.
No, but I think it's funny currently because I made that during Halloween or right before it, I think. So I was in that.
Christmas.
I was in that frame. And now it's really funny because we're
I
doing
think
a
it's funny
Christmas
just
show.
because of all the unnecessary, like, he was just eating him away.
Yeah. I couldn't believe he was eating that guy.
Just eating him with his face.
Wow, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
I have two things.
Yes.
First is Henry Cavill's not coming back as Superman after Warner Brothers told him to announce that he was.
Oh, shit.
And the Black Adam post credits featured him as Superman.
Oh, I knew the first part, but I didn't know the other two.
Yeah.
That's very funny.
That's a huge dick move. Like the CEO
No,
of
power to him.
that new CEO is a dick. I have all the evidence in the world that guy sucks.
Yeah, and Henry Cavill was like really gracious about it because he posted like a notes app screenshot thing
Yeah.
about like how he's just very grateful for the opportunity and that like even though he won't be Superman, Superman will live on, that
Yeah.
kind of thing.
To be honest, I didn't love him as Superman.
Yeah, I don't like Superman in general.
Me neither.
And I feel like after seeing Henry Cavill in The Witcher, that was like the first time I saw how he could play like a rougher character.
Yeah.
Because I feel like he's kind of just always like the pretty boy good guy.
Yep.
So I think he can do a lot better. But also he is going to do a live action Warhammer series now.
Yeah, Warhammer 40K.
Yeah, which will probably be bad, but he is a big ass nerd, so
I don't think it's going to be bad because he's a big ass nerd and Amazon is behind it.
they got money.
Yeah, lots of money. They're gonna throw lots of money at him, and Warhammer 40K is a sci-fi setting, so I'm excited about that. I think that's gonna be fun.
I probably won't watch it, but good for him.
This next thing is not really news. I just saw the headline. It made me laugh. So it said 25 years ago, someone spiked the Titanic cruise chowder and filming had to stop because everybody was tripping balls. To this day, no one knows who spiked the chowder.
How do they even know
I
that?
don't, well, I assume they were all eating chowder and then started tripping the fuck out.
I
So,
guess.
so someone had to have like,
And why is that just now coming out?
I don't know, because it was 25 years ago to the day, maybe. My money's on
Interesting.
Leonardo DiCaprio because he was like
Yeah,
right in that shitty teenager age range where that's a really funny thing to do.
yeah, could be.
I feel like there's a cutoff point as you're growing up where it becomes not funny to dose people anymore.
Yeah, yeah, most, you know, it shouldn't be, but it's funny to read for sure.
That's certainly teenager behavior. So
Yes.
I would be willing to bet it was Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah, that could be.
Especially like knowing that he was really good friends with Jonah Hill and that relationship is very
Mhm.
childish.
Yeah,
But yeah, that's all I had this week.
that's pretty funny. I got a couple more things.
Okay.
First, we got an Oppenheimer trailer,
Oh yeah, I saw it.
and I wrote down that it has big Jesse energy.
Mm-hmm.
Killian Murphy in a like sci-fi war movie doing an American accent.
Yep. Christopher Nolan. That's all you
Yep,
gotta say,
Christopher
and I'm
Nolan.
in.
A lot of explosions in that trailer. It's gonna be a loud one.
It's gonna be a
Uh,
very loud one. I think they're gonna focus on the torment of it all,
Probably.
which is good
But you
because
know there's
there's a
gonna
lot
be
of
some Christopher Nolan effects.
oh yeah, the he did the nuclear blast practical,
Yeah, I read that.
but I'm
That
not sure you would need like 25,000 tons of TNT
damn.
to simulate a nuclear
Okay,
blast.
like where would they even let you do that?
Mythbusters like Alameda Desert or whatever that shit was, probably.
Damn.
I don't know. And he did it practical, no CG.
Yeah,
So there are
respect.
gonna be some real big nuclear looking blasts in that movie. And that should
Yeah.
be fun.
I'll watch it mostly because I love Killian Murphy.
Yeah, I'll watch
Uh,
anything Christopher Nolan ever
I
does.
know. Maybe that'll be a watch along.
Yeah, that would be cool.
The next thing I have here is that Blumhouse is doing a Five Nights at Freddy's movie starring
Yeah,
Matthew Lillard as the villain.
man, I don't know.
I don't either. I don't trust Blum. It seems like a cash grab. Five Nights at Freddy is not new, so I don't know why this is happening now, especially after Willy's Wonderland did what it did.
Yeah. Did you watch
Um,
that with me? Did we
I
watch
did
that
not
together?
watch it, but you told me about it. And
Dude,
everyone I know who watched it, who was like absolutely expecting it to just be kind of like a fun, dumb Nick Cage movie,
uh
hated it.
yeah, it sucked. There
Yeah.
was this whole cast of teenagers that all sucked. They sucked the life out of that movie that by themselves. All the animatronics were I don't think they were practical. I think they was CG.
Ugh.
And they look like big teddy bears almost. So whenever Nick Cage was fighting them, I think they decided that they had to make them bleed somehow. Otherwise, it looked like Nick Cage was just hitting a teddy bear with a baseball bat over and over.
Hmm.
So they added like this weird black blood that just didn't work. That
That's
movie,
why wouldn't you just do like like they're mechanical, like if he hits them, robot parts come out.
I don't know, but the problem remains like it just they're not threatening.
Yeah.
They're these cute looking robot things and it's just not threatening. It looks like you're hitting an inanimate object with a baseball bat.
So, so what I'm curious about is maybe like at that time they couldn't get the rights to Five Nights at Freddy's and now
Well,
they finally can? I
well,
don't know.
the Willy's Wonderland was a Five Nights at Freddy's script,
Mm,
but they couldn't get the rights.
ah,
So there was
they
like
probably
weirdness
didn't
around that.
have that Blum money.
Yeah. So I think the reason this is coming out so late is because that one was supposed to be the Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah.
So then
It's so weird that they're just kind of like, all right, do over.
yeah, that is weird. But I do trust Matthew Lillard on some level.
I do really like Matthew Lillard, and he's proven his horror chops.
Yeah.
So
Maybe it won't
I don't
suck.
know. Maybe it will be. I think it'll at least be better than Willy's Wonderland, but I don't have a ton of faith that it's gonna be that
Yeah.
good.
I'm not gonna watch it unless people say it's good, probably.
Yeah, yeah. The next thing I have is the first Barbie trailer came out.
It
Um,
looked good.
it does. That's the thing. Like, I still don't really understand what this movie even is. But from the trailer, it's like not what I was expecting it to be. So I'm intrigued and I actually want to watch it now.
Me too. I'm hoping it's a fever dream version of Barbie.
Yeah, it kind of seems like that plus a little bit of like satire about the Barbie movement and like what it did to little
Yeah.
girls growing up.
Yeah,
Uh so yeah, I don't really know what to expect, but it does look wild.
it does. I'm in.
Um
I probably would have never watched it
yeah,
unless
same.
it was what this appears to be.
The next thing I'm surprised you didn't have, Party Down is getting a revival,
Oh,
and
I
it
ju
comes out on February 24th on Stars.
I just found out about that.
Yeah.
That wasn't on any of the stuff that I look at when I do research somehow.
I saw it in a tweet. I started seeing, like, it was kind of just like they filmed a little intro and it was all the cast kind of wearing their Party Down outfits.
Yeah.
But they're, I at first I thought it was just from Party Down,
Mhm.
and then I realized they were all the age they are now.
Yeah,
uh
that was completely not on my radar. Like, Owen mentioned it,
mhm.
just mentioned it in passing. I was like, "Wait, what?"
Yeah.
That's cool, though.
Yeah, I
I'm
wonder
now
if it's
excited.
like they're kicking off the series again or if it's just kind of like a little we're back for an homage and that's it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know, but I'm gonna watch it because I love Party Down.
I tried to get into Party Down, but I don't think I stuck with it long enough. I'll try again before the revival happens.
Maybe I'll watch that with you if you want.
Yeah,
That'd be cool. I haven't seen it, since it was airing, I think.
cool. We'll get a refresher.
Hell yeah.
The last thing that I have is that this is strange. There is a live action Death Stranding film in development with Kojima Studios and the producers of Barbarian,
Huh.
and they're fast tracking it apparently because Death Stranding 2 is in the works and apparently this movie is going to kind of add to the canon of Death Stranding.
Yeah.
And I just find this all very strange because Death Stranding has it's like a very realistic looking game, and the actors appear as they actually look in real life.
Right.
Like the main character is Norman Reedus, and he just looks like Norman Reedus.
Yeah.
So it's strange. Like I don't know if they're just gonna cast Norman Reedus as the main character in this movie and have him play himself. I don't really understand the logistics, but I love Kojima and his weird little brain. Like Hideo Kojima and Guillermo del Toro are kind of neck and neck for me as just like two very wholesome but weird little guys who just like put out whatever fucked up shit is in their head, but they're so delightful.
Yeah.
So like of course I'm gonna watch it. I just have no idea what it's gonna be because the films or the games are pretty much movies.
Right. I'm likely not watching that. I'm likely gonna wait to see what it scores.
Yeah, I don't know how accessible it's going to be to people who haven't played Death Stranding either. Like if it's its own standalone thing, I almost want to show it to you because explaining the premise of Death Stranding is so hard
Well, that's what I was
that
gonna
I feel
say.
like
It
yeah,
seems
I
like it
feel
would
like
be
it's
hard to structure it for a feature-length film because it
right.
seems like the whole thing is a non sequitur.
There's just so much lore. It's almost like adapting The Witcher for film. Like there are books and there's like all this world building you have to do first.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they're going to be able to do that in the movie, or if it's just kind of like, I don't know, if you really have to have that knowledge from the game before you watch it. But whatever it is, I'm very curious, and I just hope that it is widely accessible, because I think showing people this movie would be easier than trying to explain the premise of Death Stranding.
My level of faith is low.
Yeah, but I trust Kojima.
I want to say I trust him, but I don't know. That game seems fucking weird. I don't know how they're going to make it a movie.
It is very weird, and I love it.
I'm very excited. Are you excited?
Yeah, I'm excited.
I guess.
You're not excited about Glass Onion and Knives Out Mystery? That's coming out this Friday on December 23rd.
I guess.
I've heard very good things.
So Knives Out, I had an interesting experience because the first time I saw it was in the theater with my parents, and we bought the tickets super late, and it was when it like first came out. So the last seats we could get in the theater were the very front row.
Oh no.
All the way at the end. So we were like
hell?
fully looking up and to the side.
Yeah.
And could really barely see what was happening on the screen. So we really didn't have a good experience, and I thought I didn't like the movie until I watched it again when it came out on VOD, and then I was like, oh, you know what? I actually do like this movie.
Actually, it's kind of good.
Yeah. So I don't know. Like I'm curious to see if they can kind of recapture that same vibe, or if it's just going to feel like another shot at hitting that same vibe.
I've heard it's better than the first one somehow.
Oh,
I've
interesting.
heard nothing but good things, so that's why I'm excited about it.
All right, I'll watch it.
No watch along, because I'm gonna watch that with Miriam.
I'll probably watch it with my family over Christmas.
Hell
because
yeah.
we go through hell trying to decide a movie that we'll all want to watch.
Yeah, I bet that's gonna be a good Christmas. I bet lots of people are gonna do that.
Yeah.
Hey, Felicia.
Hey, Jesse.
What are we watching this week?
Well, I'm so glad you asked that, Jesse. We're gonna watch Violent Night.
I'm so excited about this one too. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I guess it kind of surprise dropped on VOD.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm excited to watch it.
It'll be on Amazon Prime Video for $20.
Heck yeah. That's too much, but we're doing this content for you.
It's everything I've heard makes it sound like it's real good, including Matt Robb gives it thumbs up.
Yeah, but he's a wild card.
Not as bad as Brett.
Brett's much worse.
I tend to have similar taste as Matt.
I do sometimes, and then sometimes he absolutely hates something that I love, so I never know. But we're at the end of the show.
Come watch Violent Night with us on Friday.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Wow, Merry Christmas, everybody. Wow, I'm going to play this outro music where it says that I've done everything on the show. And Felicia
yep, even that British accent that I did.
Yeah, I invented Britain.
Yeah.
You remember?
I remember.
I invented Britain. I invented the United States.
Goodbye, everybody.
Well, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah.
You've been listening to Two Idiots Talking Over Stuff, produced by Jesse Stillwell, with original theme and outro music by Jesse Stillwell. For more information, you can visit www.idiots.fm or reach out directly via email to contact@idiots.fm.